St. George's Day, everyone. Good evening and welcome to This Is Why We Fight. I'm Jo.
And I'm Jordan.
Hello. Hope everyone
So
is
the
doing
MO
well.
for today's stream is basically maximum England.
Yes. Yes, it's going to be England, and more England, and a bit of English thrown in too. Hope everyone is well. How are you, Jordan?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm well, thank you. I've had a somewhat busy day, but sat down now, relaxed, ready to tuck in for this evening. I hope everyone else has had a
At the
good
very
day
least,
too.
it seemed very productive.
Yes. Okay, let's see who's here. Stephen. Oh, you're quick, Stephen, tonight. First one in. English Will is here. Andrew is here. Philomena is here. Tash is here. Yiz is here. Thank you, Yiz. Long live England, indeed. And Casrelda. Here we go, and now I have to try to decipher. No, you won't have to. It's all good. Monty is here. Happy St. George's Day to you, Monty. Very good to see you. So Francis is here. Happy St. George's Day to you. Hope you've all had a lovely day. It's been rather nice where I am. Quite sunny and warm. So, yes, it's been lovely.
You're just showing off now with your warmth. I told you earlier on was damn cold.
You live in some kind of little ice...
I know.
Valley
it's
or
ridiculous.
Something.
I feel like I'm
amazing.
in Scotland. And meanwhile, I'm like not even 20 miles from London. It's ridiculous.
I don't know what to say. Honestly, it's like you're in a little separate country of your own.
Ecosystem.
I don't know how this works for you.
I don't know either, but it's infuriating. I want it to be nice and warm. Instead, it's mangy and cold.
When you go out of your house,
nice
when you go out of your house, is there like a big black cloud that just follows you everywhere?
No. I don't know why you would ever suggest that I'm miserable.
No, I was talking about actual weather.
Why does it always rain on me?
Michael suggested microclimate. Yeah, I hate that song too. Oh, look, they're rubbing it in now. Good evening, Daffyd. And yes, good St. George's Day to you. Hasdak says, I've been sunbathing all day. Tan's coming on well. You're not being kind here, Hasdak.
Not a fan at all.
Karen says, I'm in Wales, but honestly, happy St. George's Day. Thank you very much, Karen. Very kind of you. Very kind of you indeed. Johnny Not Powell is here. Good evening. Okay, so yes, we're going to focus on English achievements. Would you say that's a fair summation?
Yes, it is. I think the best thing to start off with is probably one of the most impressive things we made.
Go on.
Cover for me, I'm getting it set up. I thought I did this already. There we go. Finally, the professionalism.
Right.
Joe, you're holding me back now.
Okay, let's have a look, everyone. Let's see what you're talking about.
It's the Iron Bridge. Isn't it an amazing achievement?
It's the Iron Bridge. When was this built? Just remind me.
Oh, flipping heck. Why ask me a question I have an answer to?
Oh, there must be some information there.
There you go. 1777.
Wow. I'd taken into account the kind of machinery they had available, or lack of. That is even more impressive than it first appears.
It really is. Doesn't it just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside?
It does. And it stood the test of time. Look at it. Right, hang on a second. Hasdak agrees 1779. Thank you very much. Michael saying African design. I don't like that comment, Michael. Therefore, I'm ignoring it. Johnny Not Powell says that's a work of art.
I agree.
Michael says it's in Telford. And Hasdak says, I live down the road from it.
Mm-hmm.
Daffyd says, Daffyd, you're quoting Jordan here. Were you listening earlier? British achievements, basically everything. There you go.
Look, I was saying this to Joe earlier on. while other nations and other people have achieved many, many things, we have to keep in mind that they've achieved these things while being burdened by the fact they're not English. Like, it's one heck of a battle to achieve anything, and then to achieve it while also carrying the burden of not being English is some serious doing.
True, I can say with some confidence that not being English is a handicap. I'm sorry, it just is.
Must be.
Being English is the best thing in the world, just the best.
I agree.
I know that
we can just fall out of our bed and come up with something that changes the world. It's just marvelous.
Good evening, Philomena. Happy St. George's Day to you. Yes, good evening, everyone. Those of you who call yourself wardens, those of you who consider yourself lurkers, and everyone in between, good evening. Happy St. George's Day. You says British achievements, the modern world. Yes. It's interesting, as I'm sure any of you have found, doing a basic search. If you put the word English in any sentence, it will be replaced with British. Even though someone can list British achievements or British achievers, and they will all be English, it won't come up under English. It's incredibly weird.
A really good example of this, if you take that off the screen for the moment.
Boom.
When I was looking to find little English things I could pop onto this, I went onto various websites and I put in things like English flags, English bunting, and things of that variety. Almost all of it, entirely, British flags.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, as well, there was one that was trying to push a European flag, which was very uncomfortable. It was basically the Union Jack with a weird, like the star thing, the Euro star.
Oh no!
Thing going on. It was a version the likes of which I never wish upon anybody.
Well, that's neither British nor English. How on earth does that work?
It was quite a hideous thing. I'm glad I never have to endure such nonsense ever again.
It's amazing. And of course, when I say that it's wonderful being English and it can't be beaten, I don't mean the government or the state or the country as it's perceived by people, the country being, of course, represented by people like Boris. I mean the English people. I mean the wonderful people who just rise above all problems, all odds to overcome, always overcome. Their tenacity, their spirit, they're just wonderful. And I'm so proud to call myself English. I love being English. And I'm really tired of seeing people who are ashamed of being English or ashamed of England. We can only, of course, really be proud of our own behaviour. If you want to get really technical, but you know what? I think our country has overcome such tremendous odds many, many times on the international stage. We do have a lot to be proud of. I don't care if we have things to be ashamed of. I just don't care. It does not in any way negate the fact that I am a proud English woman. And that is the final word on that from me.
When you tot up the total of good and bad done by all peoples, I would say the vast, vast, vast majority of peoples tend towards good.
Well, we
There's
have
not
done
many I can
so
think
much
of that
more.
have actually been burdens. But even so,
Yeah.
we've, there's a heck of a lot that we've done in the past, and there's going to be even more that we do in the future.
Yeah, of course. If there's a tally, we definitely come down on the side of good. We've done so much good, not just for ourselves, but for the whole world. And as you say, there's no nation on earth that hasn't done something bad to another nation. But again, I want to really bring home the point that I'm talking about the people. I'm not talking about the people in charge, the people with power, authority.
No, they're irrelevant.
They are irrelevant. And, soon easily dismissed and soon to be gone, hopefully. But I'm talking about the real backbone of England, which is the people, always has been, always will be. Those people have overcome tremendous odds to thrive, survive, to do well, to succeed. And even during the time when their own government, their own authoritarians were holding them down. So, yeah, I think the English are a wonderful people. And I think that we have so much to be proud of. It's just amazing being English. I don't know what else to say. I would, if I could choose to be anything, I don't mean choose in the way like David Lammy chooses. I mean choose in the way where if I could choose to be born as a certain ethnic group, I would choose England. Every single time I would choose English. Every single
Question
time.
is, would you choose to be male or female? Or one of the others? Put the picture on screen as well.
Okay, I hope no one's eating. I'm going to choose female, and I'll tell you why. Because our yucky stuff is tucked up inside and your yucky stuff is just dangling around for the world to see. And I kind of hate it. I kind of hate... If anyone has children listening, I do apologise. Daffyd says, changing the subject really quick, would invent bed walls if we fell out of bed. Yes, we would. I don't know much about the Church of England, Johnny Red Pill Seed, although I was classed as C of E as a child. So there you go. That's literally my comment. Do you have any comment on the Church of England, Jordan?
No.
No, there you go.
Simple.
Moving on.
There you go.
Arima says, happy St. George's Day, everybody. Almost like it's deliberate. So Francis, of course, is referring to the fact that when we try and find English things, the only option is British things. So, yeah.
When health and safety wasn't a thing.
Yeah, Google, Bing, they're all in on it. Johnny Not Powell says, I always maintain I'm English, always correct people who call me British. Yes. It's interesting that I occasionally slip and say British and I correct myself as well as other people. English is my ethnicity. Britain is just the name for 4 nations. It's not a country in and of itself. It's not an ethnic group. The ethnic groups within Britain are the English, the Scottish, the Welsh, the Irish, or the Northern Irish, just to clarify. Someone's going to bring up Cornwall, I know they are. But even so, it's just a name. British is just a name, and honestly, I would never choose British for my identity because it can be bought for the cost of a passport, so there you go. Good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, fellow warden. Monty says the European flag is flying at Dover. Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh, Beardy Weirdy says Beardy's back. Good evening, Beardy. Okay. Oh, Beardy says I'm Ukrainian, Polish, Welsh, and English. Oh, that's a crazy mix. All of which, of course, are European. So,
I have a question for Chad. I can't remember the name of it. What is the name of enormous steam engine in Hull?
Okay, well, let's answer.
The stationary steam engine. It is not a locomotive. It is absolutely bloody enormous. I can't remember the name of it. I want to look at it because it is 100% England.
Right, let me quickly catch up
I'm
on
sure
the
it's Hull. It may be Sheffield, but either which way, it's in that general vicinity of the north.
Okay. Yiz says, I am proud of my Scottish ancestry and I'm proud of what the Anglo people have done before me, but the English stand out as the pinnacle of Anglo achievement and should be celebrated as such. Well said. Mr. Chomley Warner says, Happy England Day. Jerry, good evening, Jerry, says, keep me English to my dying day. Cockney Nutjob, good evening to you. I agree, Johnny Not Powell. British is just, the stamp on a passport. It means nothing. It just is a collective term for the nations of Britain. I said the nations of England then. I may have gone a step too far. Michael says, English, Scottish here. Right, let's just catch up on the chat. Oh, Monty said it was lovely talking to people today while walking my dog. I am so glad that you had a good day. Beardy Weirdy says, I choose to be an abo. I'm almost frightened to ask, but I would actually like to know the reason why.
Well, look, at the very least, he's not going to get sunburnt, is he?
Wow. Okay, Jonathan says no coverage of St George's Day on the Marxist BBC. I was worried about a potential copyright claim, a copyright strike on this video, on this stream, but it looks like I'm going to have to take it down anyway, so brilliant. There you go. The BBC, of course, do not celebrate anything English because they are a bunch of communists. So Johnny Red Pill Seed says, I'd choose to be English, but I'd move to England. I'd move England somewhere sunnier. Or you'd pick up the whole country and move it. Okay.
I would agree with that. If we could possibly do that and kind of elongate ourselves a little bit, that way we have a nice warm part down in the south and a nice cold part up in the north.
So where would you... Right, here's a question for the chat then. If you could pick up your country, England or otherwise, where would you move it to? In response to my yucky comment, my stepdad's not mean says that was junkist. Yiz agrees with me. There you go, Yiz. We are talking truth here. Oh, no one else has mentioned it. Good, I got away with it.
Daffy says just adjust the thermostat.
Yeah, Johnny Not Powell says, there you go. I'm not Scottish, Welsh, or Northern Irish, therefore I'm English. Yes. And again, British is just a name. It's just a name for the nations. It's not an ethnic group. It's not an ethnicity. We shouldn't be using it. Well done, Johnny. Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Look at one. Why they look so much cooler in black?
Right. Okay. I'm almost caught up with the chat. Let me catch up with the chat and we'll carry on. Yun Key, thank you for joining us. Happy St. George's Day, wherever you are in the world. Happy England Day to DJ Mark. Thank you for joining us. Let's just catch up. Karen said British means a lot to expats. I suppose it does because expats are from all of the nations. Here we go. Monty says British means nothing to me. I'm right there with you. Yeah, there you go. There's Daffod's comment. I'm finally there. Finally. Sir Francis says, I'm happy where we are. We have to admit, we have the most perfect climate. I know we whinge about it a little bit, but it's perfect. It's the reason why we have this green and pleasant land. Sorry, Andrew. It's the reason why we have such a lush, landscape, because it's the perfect mix of sun and rain and wind and, cold weather and hot weather. Well, warm weather, let's say. DJ Mark would move us to Spain. Oh, I don't know about that. Hasdak says off the coast of Portugal. Lil Bullet. Oh, you're going to step far here, Lil Bullet. I'd leave it where it is, but move everywhere else further away. I kind of love that answer.
Can we possibly just clump everything else together somewhere far away?
Yeah, just shove all the other countries away. It's fine. Stephen O says, I wouldn't change my homeland for the world. Good on you. Jonathan says, I would move it to New Zealand. Okay.
Well, to be fair, same sort of climate. They do have an awesome landscape going on down there, though.
Very lush, very green. So, yes, they're probably tolerable. Philomena says, if you move England somewhere else, it wouldn't be the same. I do agree. Yeah, Johnny Not Pal, I agree, but I can't put that up on the screen. Although this show is shot now anyway. So, cheers, John.
Why?
You know why.
I said nothing.
Right, whatever then. Johnny Not Pal says, I wouldn't move England anywhere. It's fine just as it is. It's the folk who come here that are the problem. Okay, Jerry says, I'd move Cyprus a bit nearer to us. Oh, I see. We won't move. Someone can move if they want to be closer to us. Courtney Nutjob says, maybe we can fly south for winter. The moment we grow wings, it's a deal. Yeah, Lil Bullet wins. I do think that was probably the best answer. Yep, I'd keep it where it is. Monty says the North Pole. Oh, God, don't start Jordan. He'd love it to be colder.
Nice and cool. You wouldn't have to worry about them. Right, now look at these things.
I'm still catching up. A couple more. English Bird says New Zealand has massive insects. Nah, thanks. Okay. English Will. Controversial? The Falklands. We already own it, so technically, yeah.
No, we don't need to move it.
Aramis says just build more greenhouses. Yes, very good advice. Right, I am caught up, promise.
Good.
Go.
The Tube. Specifically the Tube when it first started and it was steam engines running. Can you think of a more Victorian thing? We're going to have this new technology, and then we're going to put this new technology underground to make things a bit more convenient. Just the madness of putting these machines underground.
Yeah, I agree. Just wonderful.
It must have been hell. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this was a glorious thing. We should go back to it. Absolutely not. Like, look at that. This was just a little trial.
It must have been a little touch smoky. Would you say? Just a tiny bit.
I think the driver may have had a slightly shorter life expectancy than your plane.
Bit of a constant cough, I would say. Probably.
It must have been horrific. Just incredible at the same time. Can you imagine the noise? The Tube is bloody loud at the best of times, but the noise of a steam engine rolling along the line.
I don't know. You know, I think of things like Life of the Engine. I've got such a romanticised idea of steam trains, a bygone era. You're really not going to have me say anything against them.
Oh no! I'm not. I'm a big fan of them, but bloody hell, it must have been loud. I've developed a cough just listening to it, thinking of it.
This is a great comment. Mr. Tommy Warner says you can filter the smoke through a cigarette. That's definitely going to help. What a good piece of advice there.
Anyway, what other wonderful machines? I was looking at the BSA ones because they're always lovely to look at motorcycles, especially of that era. And the traction engines are what they are. They're wonderful as well. Incredible innovation. When they first came around, they didn't put them on wheels as such. They just kind of put them onto trailers. And then they dragged the plough up and down the field back and forth between two of them.
I remember when I was younger, there were several Orient Express films. Can you bring up a picture of the Orient Express? I believe, was that made in Britain or in England? I'm sure it was. I don't know if you're doing this or if you've just gone.
No, I'm doing it.
Okay. Michael says London had a pneumatic train ran on air pressure.
Ooh. Okay, that I need to find. Keep talking about the Orient Express.
I'm just thinking about it just seems so very English. I'll be gutted if it was made somewhere else now.
I just realised, isn't it a pneumatic train the royal what the post ran around on?
I'm not sure. I don't want to comment because I don't really know.
Right, one sec. Here we go. Crystal Palace Pneumatic Railway.
Is that Leighton Orient FC you're talking about there, DJ Mark? I know it well. Michael says, look it up, ran from Crystal Palace. Oh, there you go. You found it.
Yeah. It's mental railway, ran from Crystal Palace Park in South London. 1864.
Wow.
The genius of working this sort of thing out. Hell. Like, it previously built a pneumatic railway for the London Pneumatic Dispatch Company. Oh, what the heck is that?
I don't know, you get excited about things that we can't see.
That's amazing.
It's tiny. Oh, okay, that's helpful. What is that? What is that?
I don't know, but I need it.
It looks like a racing car. What is that? The end of the line? Is that the bumper thing?
I think that's the cart thing itself. I'm not sure what to call it. This is amazing. The London Pneumatic Dispatch Company, also known as the London Pneumatic Dispatch Company. What the hell?
So, Also known as the name it already has.
I'm
Okay.
very confused. Anyway, 1859 to design, build, and operate an underground railway system for carrying mail, parcels, and light freight between locations in London.
Oh,
The system was used between 1863 and 1874. I said it was on the post.
nice.
A permanent line of 2-foot gauge was constructed between Euston and the Northwest District Post Office.
Why was it only used?
It ran.
Why was it only used for a brief period of time?
Oh, probably because it wasn't. Look at the picture of it. Flipping heck.
Oh my God, they're train cars. Like little racing cars. I love them.
I want to get in that. Okay, this is amazing. This is what it means to be English. We're going to have these ridiculous little racing car setups in this almighty pneumatic contraption. Then we're going to stand around in our top hats and look at it.
Yes.
What an amazing picture. This I love.
Johnny Not Powell says, I visited the Royal Mail Underground train line as a kid. My mate's dad worked there. It was pretty cool. That looks amazing. Look at those hats, says Cockney Nutjob. Oh, wrong one. Jumped. Lil Bullet says, England's railway system was a much bigger construction project than all three pyramids put together. English ingenuity, yes. Happy our day, our pal. First class only, says Romewood.
Yeah, I've got the link to that in chat if anybody wants to look into it further. That's amazing.
That's wonderful.
Is the Crystal Palace one and all. That's equally amazing. It is possibly the single most English picture I've ever seen.
This is quite problematic. I'm sure you've all watched streams over the last couple of days that have talked about the achievements of England and the English. And it's incredibly hard to find things because we've created everything. It's incredibly hard to find sort of niche ideas. But we're very much taken with this idea of sort of groundbreaking ingenuity. And I love all this Victorian era stuff, this very kind of mechanical. I know this is steam we're talking about, but generally it was very mechanical. It was very, I don't know, it just had a look about it. It just had something special that could not be replicated. Of course, Agreed. It was. It was always copied, but it was never quite as good as the original. Okay, just catching up. Good evening, Will. Happy St. George's Day to you.
Evening.
English Bird says, at least you know you get home on the train without getting stabbed. Private pod.
I've got a photograph of the thing. That's not lying. Look at them.
That's amazing. Wow. Oh, God, they look very sort of space age, don't they?
It looks remarkable. This is incredible. Why are we bothering with HS2 when we could have had these geezers do it?
You know why? The agenda. I will say, though, these men must have looked at this the way we looked at the Jetsons as children.
No, they must be looking at this in the same way that we're looking at this. Just like, can't believe we've managed to build this insane thing.
I wonder if they marketed this as this is the future.
Yes.
Just imagine the sheer awe of someone seeing that for the first time. I mean, we're amazed by these photographs, these grainy, not particularly detailed photographs. Imagine seeing that. Look at that tiny little tunnel, how little space it takes. That's amazing. You're right, though. You definitely should set this up as some kind of fun ride and let people ride in these. Or just lay down, like in a canoe or something, and just lay down and enjoy the ride. Just amazing.
It is literally something out of the Jetsons. I mean by this. Here's another picture. It was on the back of fag packets.
You can't talk about things we can't see.
And look, I'm getting it, all right? Calm down.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
That's wonderful.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
You should create one. This is a make do amends stream.
I want to make this, but I just need some land large enough to run it. I have another picture. I have another one, which is possibly better.
Could I just
Discovery of post office relic.
Can I just respond to a comment real quick? DJ Mark, I hate this comment. Please stop. The new Fang Dangle says picking Gaz. Oh, Johnny Not Pal, here we go. I've been refusing to go exploring underground for months. Eventually I caved. Hasdak says, when I see stuff like this, I think of Fred Dibner. You're a fan, aren't you, Jordan?
Do you know what? I've never watched one of his programs.
I'm sure. Who mentions him all the time? Maybe it's Andrew.
It's the Auction Alliance going on.
It's the future, says Daffy. Do you know what? We're going to have to make our own little box cars to deliver mail soon, because the Royal Mail is definitely not for the people, is it? Them stupid coins they brought out. Philomena says those cars are cool. Typical woman comment, that, isn't it? Philomena, that's amazing. Mind your head, says Lil Bullet. Yeah, they are quite low. But look at that could be a ride for children.
What do you mean a ride for children? It could be a ride for me.
No, children first. Come on.
No.
You have to wait your turn. You have zero patience.
No, it's extremely dangerous. In the time these things were built. I don't know.
While you look that up, I'm going to say happy St. George's Day to Colonel Custard, who's just joined us. Thank you for being here. Oh, Daffyd says Tesla are experimenting with something similar at the moment. Of course, it doesn't count because it's not English, but, well done, Musk. Roanwood says nightly joyrides. Can you imagine? They must have played around with these so much.
They must have. You can't tell me they didn't at one stage jump in and go.
Johnny Not Pound says health and safety would have a breakdown. Yeah, but you know what Jordan thinks about health and safety.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's stupid.
Michael says Liverpool has the oldest wet dock in the world, now 30 feet below street level. Wow, didn't know that. And welcome, One Easy Money. Happy St. George's Day to you. Oh, Mr. Cholmondeley Warner. I noticed Jonathan said this earlier as well. It's fish and chips today, I think. Chip butty for Mr. Cholmondeley Warner.
I had pork chop. That's very English as well.
It is. Yeah, we definitely need to keep the pork industry going, as we are the few people in this country who want it. What a lovely name. Ask1234 says suppositories were huge in Victorian times. I suspect you're focused on just one subject. I'm just going to call it now.
Talking of that, oddly enough, we could look at the incredible sewage works.
If we must.
You liked it when we brought it up on the stream the other week.
Did I?
You
must have been mad.
Look at this thing here. And tell me how incredibly English it is, Joe. This is the longest canal tunnel. Oh,
I do remember this, actually.
I'm glad you remember this. It is the longest canal tunnel. It goes on for a long bloody way.
How long?
Just, 1 minute. It goes on.
You trying to get away with just long, weren't you? Like really long.
I was trying to get away with just long. Right, the length is 5,675 yards.
Wow. Well,
Here
that
is the
really
tunnel
long.
system itself. This is actually this is more impressive than the picture of it in and of itself, because it has its own map.
Wow. Okay, that's fair play. That is very impressive.
Thank you. I told you it was impressive. Now, think of that. The building canals in general, pretty damn impressive. Building a canal and then covering it over in parts to make it go underground is just phenomenal thinking. Imagine how much time it saved. Otherwise, they would have had to go along, unload everything, shove it on the back of horses and carts, go up the hill or down the hill, whichever way they're going, and then load it back up again.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something, but it's a bit blurry and tiny. Can you just tell me how much this canal and tunnel cost? I think I'm seeing something, and my mind is blown. If I'm seeing
Yeah,
what I think I
178 grand back in whenever it was. Which year was it? There you go.
Oh,
Back in 1793. So who knows how much that would have been nowadays? It would have been many, many, many tens of millions.
and as I know nothing about it, is this still in use, and how is it used?
No, it's
Oh,
partially used.
by
I'm not sure when it would have gone out of use. That's an interesting question. Operation. The last commercial boat passed through the tunnel in 21. It was closed to all traffic in 1944.
oh,
It was sad, but even so, back in 91, this was still in use. They got their money's
underground
worth out of
hideout.
it, that's for sure.
I think we should go and take it over. Going back to the race car mail delivery system, David says, a little bit like coffins, though. Beardy Weirdy says, look like coffin on wheels. Johnny Redpill Seed says, did those blokes just stand around watching all day? They stood around long enough for someone to make an artist impression of them, so that must have been interesting. Will says, I'm proud to say those are my cigarettes. Colonel Costa has made dragon pies for St. George's Day. Very nice. Get some pictures up on the Discord, please, Colonel Custard, if you're there. So Francis says, Rain, Steam and Speed is a great painting, a great train painting, by Turner. One of England's greatest painters. Yes, indeed. Andrew says, Jordan, you should definitely watch some Fred Dibner. It's right up your street. I knew it was you, Andrew. Thank you for confirming. Well, I didn't know, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have asked, but I was sure. Yes, Aramis, that's what I was thinking. Yes, when bank tellers have to basically put money in the safe, they put it into a tube and they put it inside another tube, and there's a vacuum suction thing, and it gets sucked up to the gremlins or the gargoyles in the top floor. So there you go.
I'm trying to find some good pictures of the dogs. It's actually remarkably difficult. All you get instead is the nonsense, bloody Canary Wolf nonsense.
DJ Mark's come up with an interesting concept. The Red Bull soap race. Okay, catching up.
Why is that image so tiny? Sons of guns.
Jonathan's asking for a link to Discord, please.
I believe
to grab that while you're doing. Okay, I'm a little bit behind, just a teeny bit. Oh, here we go. Just a quick update from Ars. Forgive the name. I didn't think I would stick around, and I can't change the freaking thing for 30 days.
Why didn't you just call him Butt?
I don't know. I forgot. I did call you Butt before, didn't I? Or was that someone else? I can't remember.
No, that was somebody else. I don't know.
Oh, it seems to be a theme then. So for 30 days, you're an arse. And after 30 days, hopefully you'll let us know that you were an arse and that you're someone else. And welcome to the channel. It's great to have you here. Right, here we go. Aria says the Victorians had a good habit of just doing things instead of thinking of reasons why we should not do something. I'm always in awe of the projects they completed. Well said. We agree.
I fully agree. This is actually something I do want to cover. We are going to be doing an electronics project soon. I've just ordered in a couple of bits and bobs. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, Jordan, you are actually an idiot. Why are you doing this when you could be relying on chat who know what they're doing?
That's a
So
good
yes,
point.
at some stage next week, we're going to be doing an electorate, and the first part of it is basically going to be double checking that what I think I need, I actually need. And then we're going to be making something. It's going to start off pretty small because, I don't do electronics at all, and I may electrocute myself. So we're starting
Why is
off
that
small and
funny?
going from there because it's hilarious.
Oh, not for you. Cockney
Well,
Nut
it
Job.
will be, to be honest. It'll be good content at the very least.
What, Battle Royale for real, live on stream? Cockney
Yeah,
Nut Job
yeah,
is asking,
evolution.
can you bring up the Crystal Palace subway, please? That was
Absolutely.
posted at 8:07. If you want to grab that link.
Yeah,
Just to clarify, in case anyone's forgotten, I can only highlight comments. I can't actually grab anything from them, which is why I have to ask Jordan to do it, in case anyone was thinking I was being lazy.
to be fair, it crossed my mind.
No, come on.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Oh, thank you for confirming, Beardy Weirdy. I'm on Discord as Crypto Smackhead. Brilliant. What a name. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
Have you ever been to Crystal Palace, Joe?
Not recently. I don't. Maybe as a
Never
child. I can't remember.
No, I've never been. I've been to Ali Pali, and that's about it. We can take a look at that as well in a moment. That's an awesome building.
That's impressive workmanship. I don't like it, I've got to say.
What do you mean you don't like it?
I don't like it. It's weird and psychedelic. I don't like it.
Hate all things
No,
joyful.
I love joy.
Why
It
you
messes
hate
with
me?
my idea of symmetry. Wow, you're getting a bit personal there, aren't you?
It messes with your idea of symmetry. What freaking how much more symmetrical do you want this to be?
It's just blobs on columns. I don't
What
like
do you mean
it.
these blobs on columns?
I just don't like it. There you go.
How
I
much
do not
earth are these
like it.
columns holding up?
I do not like it. And who chose those colours and who came up with that design? I mean, my goodness, there's nothing English about that.
No, I do agree with Moroccan. It's rather pleasant though. I quite like those. It's fanciful. What did they used to things?
Not English.
No. You know the very rich Victorians. They used to build their little fake buildings out in the gardens, and their little fake buildings would be perfect replicas of various other things around the world.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I just can't remember what they're called.
No, maybe someone in the chat can.
It looks like it's underneath of a mushroom. I do agree, Philomena. That very much does.
Oh, ours is confirmed. In today's money, that canal would have cost about £18 million. That's amazing inflation. Okay. Just catching up on the chat now. Colonel Custis says there are more canals in Birmingham than Venice, and they contain more supermarket trolleys than all the trolleys in Venice. Oh, right. Okay. Everyone's laughing at the arse jokes. Yes, the Albert Dock is amazing. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we have so many things to be proud of. I think it's one of those things. As a Londoner, I've never been to Buckingham Palace. And I think we tend to take for granted the things on our own doorstep.
I've driven past it. Does that count?
Well, I've driven past it, but I've never been, to sort of stand outside and do the touristy thing at all. Not taking pictures, because why would you? It's there. But I've never really. I happened to go past it one time only, and I thought to myself, "Oh, look, there's Buckingham Palace," and that was it. I don't know.
I have an update, by the way. Tom, thank you very much. Follies.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, you were close.
Thank you. That's what. I said fancy.
Yeah, you did suggest something beginning with an F. Very close.
That's close enough. There, look at Crystal Palace as well. How lovely this is.
That was...
This was meant to be...
Go on.
Sorry, Carl.
I was just going to say that was such an achievement. Victoria and Albert, well, it was Albert, wasn't it? And literally the whole world came to visit this palace. Sorry, the Crystal Palace I'm talking about, not Alexandra Palace.
I did wonder.
Yeah, and the whole world, and they brought things that were relevant to their own custom, their own nation, and they were just outdone by the English. Well, the British, I suppose, to be fair. But it was an amazing innovation for its time, and it was the first, I think, real sharing. I mean, they bought exotic animals and just wonderful.
There we go. Ali Pali's interesting because it was basically as far as I'm aware, it was the first of its kind. It was basically a pleasure palace for public.
Yeah.
It was specifically designed to hold things such as sporting events and theatres and various other things like that for normal working class people. I don't know why I haven't clicked on one of these pictures. Sorry. There you go. There you go.
Ah, that's better. Again, when you think about the... Oh, I don't remember. I'm just awestruck by the architecture when you think about sort of the modern conveniences we have now in the construction industry and what they didn't have then, and yet still. But it was more about the workmanship than about speed. I mean, this took ages to build, if I recall, years, and so much glass.
The amount of glass is incredible stuff. Like, look at the sheer size of the thing.
Just supremely
Monumental
impressive.
Doesn't cover it. There's no bloody surprise they named a team after it.
Johnny Powell suggests St Pancras Hotel is worth a gander.
I love St Pancras.
Yes, thank you. It was the World Fair. Yes, it was. Do you want to do St Pancras first? And I've got another one to suggest to you. Oh, the World Exhibition, says Johnny Red Pill Seed. So it's one or the other. It might be exhibition, actually.
St Pancras is one of the few buildings I've ever stood next to actually made me feel small. It's enormous. Absolutely enormous. Incredibly imposing. How this ever fell into me, thankfully it's been restored.
It's disgraceful, though, that a lot of these beautiful buildings were allowed to get to that point.
Yes. But look at the time when it happened.
Well, yeah, that's true. I love that so much. Arius is also suggesting, well, he's asking a question. What is the name of that pumping station on the Thames? Pumps poo, but it's a work of art. How we end up talking about poo on every stream lately, I don't know why.
We do not.
Well, bottoms then. That's your fault, arse. And Michael says, look up London Underground's reservoirs, mind-blowing. So we'll do the pumping station first. Thank you very much for these suggestions, by the way. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit busy.
You can have it as busy or brown, your choice.
Can you make it a bit bigger? Like, can you find a larger picture, if at all possible, please?
Can do one better, one moment.
Ooh. Okay.
Big iron. Doesn't that make you feel good inside?
It does. It actually instills a lot of confidence in me. You know, this stuff really broke.
Well, if it did break because of what it is, it would be easy to fix. Admittedly, that would be cast iron, so maybe not quite as easy as it sounds, but even so, just because it's big and chunky and incredibly overbuilt, it's not fiddly.
Now I can
me, or
see
does
the
that
detail.
look? Does that look remarkably like the MCC logo?
Not
I'll bring that
sure.
up shortly.
Maybe it's the colours. I don't know. It's all
They
the
are very strong colours, I'll grant you that.
it's red and green, which is Christmas to me, but it's like an abomination of Christmas. I don't know. Maybe it's just the camera. I don't know. I don't know if I love that or I hate it. I'm on the fence. Do you want to look up the London Underground reservoirs that Michael suggested?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're getting there.
Okay.
First things first, the MCC logo. See, I said it was similar, isn't it?
Well, they probably built it.
Damn it. So anyway, reservoir.
Yes, London
These
Underground. Oh, London's underground reservoirs, not the London Underground reservoirs. Silly me. Oh, wow.
I didn't know these existed, I'll be honest. Makes sense.
Didn't they find pieces of people in these? Oh no! It was those. It was those fat things.
The fat balls.
Fat balls, wasn't it?
Yeah, we don't want to go looking at fat balls. That's disgusting.
Mr. Tommy Warner says, compare that to the Millennial Dome, lol. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How things have got much more. I don't know, less beautiful and graceful. The Millennial Dome, what an utter waste of money.
No, it started making money.
Oh, finally.
It started making money as soon as they put it into private hands. It's kind of interesting how that happened.
Wait, so nationalism didn't work?
If I remember rightly, the Millennium Dome made an incredible amount of money in the first year that it was open. It was then shut down for the better part of a decade and not allowed to operate because of Tony Blair. And then they sold it, and then it started making money. It's like, oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, I remember thinking at the time they should have opened it up to homeless people. Like they could have used it as a homeless sleep-in, and like put beds up and stuff. Massive amount of space, and it was just gathering dust. What a waste!
Got some Ghostbusters going on here.
Who are you going to call?
No, I don't want to do that.
Oh, Aramis says, there you go. When people made things beautiful even when they didn't have to. I think this is the difference. The craftsmanship, the skill would always shine, even on things like just basic things, even things that people wouldn't see.
Oh, look at the stations.
There was still that pride in workmanship.
These things here, considering what they are, I need a better picture than that. Considering what they are beautiful.
Yeah, of course they are.
There's no way around that. They're stunning machines. When you take into account what they are, it's a lie. For all intents and purposes, it is a lie.
Yeah. But we said before, functional and beautiful. There is no reason why you have to sacrifice one for the other. And yet that's all we see in modernity. Good evening, Xanth. Sorry I didn't give you a shout out before. And as Will correctly points out, things took a long time to build, but they were meant to last a lifetime. Yes, all of this building to maintain was the name of the game there. And what we have today is build to replace, unfortunately. Oh, right. Okay. With regard to St Pancras, just come back to that real quick. Johnny Not Powell said they almost demolished it. And Cockney Nutjob clarifies that there was a lefty council in the 80s that tried to do this. Of course it was. It must have really, really upset them. Aria says, oh, this is perfect. We should have had this as the stream title. Next time you flush, thank the Victorians. Brilliant. Okay, Jonathan. You keep it all going. You're doing so well. Jerry says, controversial, but we all agree, House of Parliament is an impressive building. Shame about the arseholes in it. Can't disagree with that at all. I don't know if Jordan's speaking and we can't hear him. Are you muted, Jordan?
No, I'm just looking something up.
Okay. That's fine. Fatbergs, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
Here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. The 4 tiles from the Commons.
Wow.
That's one heck of a tile.
It's a bit busy.
Hey, look. Cares. When you even think to be busy, it's busy. It's busy. I don't like it busy. It's not ornate.
Well, all they do there is scam the taxpayer and get drunk. I mean, that must be awful to look at when you're, when the room's spinning anyway.
Well, there's enough drunks in there, it's all right.
Well, that's true.
I'm just saying there's a couple of them with red cheeks. What a lovely floor. And what horrific people.
Yeah, they're not even worthy to lick that floor, let alone walk upon it.
It seems that the Commons in and of itself is quite pretty, really. Considering what it is like a meeting hall. I've always rather liked it anyway.
Will is asking, is the Millennium Dome that massive Ferris wheel? No, that's the London Eye. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. I like this very much. Picking Gaz says, ornate utility for the sake of it. Yes. Thomas Crapper. Yes. The inventor of the toilet.
I accidentally shot my thing there.
Oopsie. I did wonder what you were doing. Daffyd suggests it's convenience, easy to mop the blood off. I don't know. Are they challenging each other? I mean, there's a few of them that definitely need to be shut in a room with our chief slapper. We still haven't decided who that's going to be yet, but look at it. Just, it's awful. In fact, thinking now, what does it look like to you? Does it look like a germ? Does it look like a bacteria? It looks like half.
If you're playing like 5 chess, okay, yeah, sure.
It looks like half of a COVID. Yeah, whatever.
Does anyone actually know what these things are?
Surveillance towers. Toilets. See-through poop rooms. I don't know. They look like large C-cell batteries. I genuinely don't know. Maybe somebody knows. Let's find out. Hasdak, just make a mental note of this, Jordan, suggest Blackpool Tower. Picking Gaz.
We've already taken a quick look at cathedrals, by the way.
Durham, says Picking Gaz, yes. What's that railway museum? Is that in County Durham? No. Is that Tyne and Wear? It's somewhere in the north. I'm trying to think where.
The extreme north.
It looks like a deflated pufferfish, says Aramis. Oh, talking about the Millennial Dome. Tea light holders, Daffyd suggests those things might be. A virus molecule, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you, little bullet. If only I'd caught up with the chat, I could have taken inspiration from you. Johnny Redpool Seed says it looks like a contraceptive. Ooh, I don't like that. Arius and Daffyd are suggesting York, the York Railway Museum. I like that. That's impressive. Manchester has a good one, yes. I want to look at some castles too. Yes, Doncaster, says Michael.
I just remembered. There's something we must look at. Those pictures do you want put up on screen, Joe? What's the thing?
I'm gonna let you decide.
There you go. We can have a
Beamish.
look at all those lovely steam engines. Oh,
It's Beamish. Thank you, Hasdak. Yeah, I love that. I'm not big into trains, I won't lie, but these are impressive. Because our trains are just like soulless. They're just, they're efficient. They do a job. Well, they're not even efficient, are they?
I found the thing. We moved on from the other things chat suggested.
Yes, there's quite a few suggestions coming up now. So I'm going to go back and we'll just try and work through them. Yeah, I'm sure it's a railway museum. York was suggested as well. No, it's Steam Museum. Oh goodness, I can't think. I think there's only one big museum in Beamish.
It's like the set of Coronation Street. I'm quite impressed.
Is that the set?
What a lovely car. No, wow. This is the Beamish Museum.
What was the set of Coronation Street? What were you talking about?
No, I said it just reminded me of it.
Oh, okay.
I was taking the mick, love. It was a joke. It was funny. It was humorous.
Fine. Love. Okay. Goodness. Can you enlarge the picture, please?
I can do many, many things. This is one thing I'm an expert at.
I love those open-top buses. Wonderful.
That's an open-top train. What a Fry's chocolate.
Fry's chocolate. Wow. I love this so much.
I really have a soft spot for bricked roads. I like them. I don't have an issue with cobblestones. I don't know what his issue is. Oh, they're slippery. Yeah.
It's very Dick Whittington, isn't it? Yeah, they are slippery, but, men, well, I can say men don't wear stilettos, but that was, pre-2019.
There is always my favourite saying.
Go on.
Toughen up, buttercup.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. I do like this very much, though. I don't know whether trams are a good thing or a bad thing, though.
Why?
I mean, I like the tram itself. I meant the tram system.
I thought you was an issue with trams, to be honest with you.
I think trams are lovely. The open-top buses are lovely too.
Do you want to have a look at we do this without looking at a bus?
I don't know. What were you thinking? Goodness. Do you want to have a look at the? Do you want to have a look at the York Museum as well?
Yeah, one moment. Can we not look at the old route masters?
The good old days when you had a conductor.
The good old days when you could hop on and off.
I was just going to say that. No health and safety then. You took your life in your own hands then. Bus didn't even stop. You just, find a spot, find a gap and jump. Go for it. I love that.
Are we looking at the Railway Museum again? I'm slightly confused.
Oh, you already have that one up. Apologies. I want to look at some castles, if no one minds. Rochester Castle has been suggested. One in Doncaster has been suggested. It's a Norman castle in Rochester, picking gas. Unless you're calling one of us Norman. I'm assuming it's a Norman castle.
It is indeed by the looks. It very much looks like the White Keep. But that's okay. These were basically proto-English. These were people attempting to become English. Moved. I'm going to leave that there. I was going to say it's fine.
I've no idea what you're going to say. I can only imagine what you're going to say. Can we have big view, please, so that we can see some detail? Thank you.
Come on, load up, good and pop. There we go. You took your time.
Feed the hamster. Wow, that's amazing.
Everyone
That's
loves
so
castles.
impressive.
They're just imposing beasts.
They are. They're a reminder of our toughness and our resilience, impenetrable. When we used to defend our country from hostile invaders and tyranny. The reason why they say an Englishman's home is his castle. Your home should be sacrosanct. No one should enter it without your permission.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wonderful. I love it.
I want some pictures of steam workshops and things of that variety.
I have a few more suggestions, if you don't mind. I will suggest, can we see some suits of medieval Renaissance armour? Never looked up suits of armour before. That might be quite interesting.
Are they going to be English or Gothic style?
I don't know. Why don't you see what you can find? Well, the medieval ones probably be English, wouldn't they?
Well, not necessarily. The medieval era did exist outside of England.
Yes, I know, but
It was around about, say, the last time we were on par with everybody else, and then we just kind of went away into the sunset.
right, I'm falling behind in the chat again. Okay. DJ Mark is saying, can anyone guess where Leeds Castle is located? I'm going to guess Leeds. Don't know any more than that. Tom is suggesting we look up the Chesterfield Church spire. Jordan, I hope you're writing all these down.
1 minute, right now.
That doesn't look like a church spire to me.
No, but it's cool nonetheless.
It is cool. No question.
Just the sheer unadulterated beauty of such a thing.
We need to start making these again.
Hey, I've long since said it. I have a plan of action. It's not going to result in anything like that anytime soon, but I have a plan of action, things that need doing. This is the twisty boy. Is there any reason it's twisted?
What does that say about myth? Myths about Chesterfield's crooked spire and how it got...
You're going to have to help me out, love.
Well, I'm reading the bottom of the screen that you've got open, so I can't see any more than that.
Oh, right, the link. Right, sorry, I was very confused. Myths about the thing and how it became twisted. Right, oh, 1 moment, here we go.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I vaguely remember seeing once before, but I don't know. It's been the land of centuries. We've all seen it, and you can't miss it. The town spire is arguably the first thing most people think of when you mention Chesterfield. I was thinking sofas, to be honest, but fair enough. But what most won't be able to tell you is the reason why it's twisted. Well, spire was added in 1362. That is old. It twists 55 degrees and leans about 9 true centre. It's an oak frame and has lead plates weighing 50 tonne. Bloody hell. It's grade 1 listed, so that's good.
Good, it won't be turned into flats then.
That's got a serious angler going on there.
What was that virgin thing you've just gone past? Was that one of the myths?
Work of a virgin. One legend says a virgin once married there, and the church was so shocked that the church spire turned to look at the bride.
Oh, okay.
I think that says a lot for the women in this area, maybe.
What was it? Because she was so beautiful, or
the church turns to true form.
So is it because she was so beautiful, or was she a woofer?
Not sure.
It doesn't clarify, does it, to be fair?
Devil angry. Devil's tail. I want to know why it's twisted. Maybe it's just twisted naturally. I think it's obviously just twisted naturally.
Can you please scroll up faster? What are we looking at there? Oh, why?
No, I wasn't scrolling out. I was trying to get away from the real reason. Right, here we go. A lack of skilled workmen that caused its famous and unique shape. The lack was because of the plague, which wiped out so many skilled people, so the commissioners had to make do with work amazing unseasoned wood. As it dried, the weight of the lead tiles on the wood caused the spire to twist, exacerbating the lack of cross bracing.
Oh, that's not as fun as the Virgin or the Devil story, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but look how awesome that is.
Okay, I'm so far behind the chat now. Can I give you another one really quick? Little Bullet suggests, look up Leicester National Space Centre. It looks like a maggot. I'll leave you with that one while I find another. I'm just going for suggestions now, chat. Good evening, Travel Mail. Windsor Castle for the win. Wells Cathedral is also very nice. Oh, you went robot then. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Look at this thing.
We can't see it yet. We're just seeing a white screen. No, it's there. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that. It's like a silver nut. I don't like that at all.
What do you mean a silver nut? It objectively looks like a maggot. Silver nut. You're
just a nut.
Hey, Joe, look, it's a space.
Oh, you're so funny. Don't give up your day job. Looks like we've got more than one arse in the chat tonight, doesn't it? Stop picking on me because I'm tiny. You mean? Ooh, King Arthur's castle. I can't believe you stop zooming in on the child. What are you doing? Oh, for goodness sake, why? Jordan's a bully chat, as you can see. You're so mean.
There we go. It was highly amusing.
Picking Gas is asking, can you show Arundel? Arundel Castle. And Michael suggests Speak Hall. I'm so far behind in the chat. Have you made a note of Speak Hall so I can move down the chat? Hello? Jordan's insulted me and now he's left. Brilliant.
No. I was looking for a castle.
Oh, can't you multitask?
No, I can't spell. So I was like, okay, I need to work out the spell of this name. I've never been here. This looks lovely.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's a proper castle right there, bloody.
Oh, hell yes. I like that very much. Yeah, I think I'm going to live there. You know, I like that.
Hey, look, you've got a garden.
We should all club together and buy it. I'm sure it's in our price range. That's wonderful. Thank you for suggesting that. Speak Hall is the next one, and I do believe that's spelled correctly. So thank you for that suggestion, Michael.
Oh, this is lovely as well. 1 second.
Okay,
but these are build. I want innovations that we've done. I want proper, hard-hitting, factual. This is how England changed the world.
Okay, so let's talk about England or English achievements.
It's one of those weird. There's so many. It's kind of hard to know where to start. I was saying to Joe earlier on. There is a picture. I'm going to bring it up on screen in a moment. Of the. It's the periodic table, but each element has been replaced by a map of the nation who discovered it. And it's basically us, the Swedes, the Germans, and the Americans, and that's it. Like every now and then somebody else rocked up and thought they'd be able to tag along with us, and they just couldn't. It's quite embarrassing, really. It's just funny, that's all.
Oh, just going back to your maggot, which I called a nut. Yeah, Johnny Powell suggested it was a pineapple. Thank you, Barn Door. Zant suggested a thimble. Philomena says a walnut whip. There you go. See, I wasn't too far off. Here
we go. You know what I mean? There you go. Britain has discovered 23 elements. Sweden's next with 19. Germany with 19. Yanks and French have rocked up with 17 apiece. And then it's right on 6.
Well, I'm quite surprised, actually.
I know, isn't what I said? It's like every now and then somebody else rocks up and tries to play with us, and they just can't. This is obviously some sort of super test made that the French were involved in this, but apparently they are surprisingly good at something for once.
We need to start every stream with a disclaimer and an apology to English Will before we begin. Good evening, Bodron.
Here's the thing I wanted to bring up earlier on. I've brought this up on stream once before, but it's amazing. A jet-powered rover.
Oh, I like that.
Look at it.
Now, if you're talking cars, I'm definitely interested.
It's huge. This thing is massive. This does not do it justice. It's absolutely enormous to stand next to. It's amazing. The bonnet goes on for days.
What's the max speed?
Bloody fast.
Brilliant. Is that your technical take on the answer?
I don't have a clue what the top speed on it is. It'd be freaking fast. Here we go. Right, 1 minute. I'll actually bring the Wikipedia up for this because it's interesting, at least to me anyway. It was a gas turbine car originally built in Solihull, Birmingham, in 4950, the Rover Company.
Oh, poor Rover.
It held a world speed record for a gas turbine car in 1952 with a speed of 152 miles an hour.
Impressive.
That's fast. That's speedy.
That's a wonderful looking vehicle.
Yeah, it's currently on display. I have been to see it. It's amazing.
It doesn't look too dissimilar to your mail boxcar train thingamabobs from earlier.
No, I suppose it's the same general gist, isn't it? But look at Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say maybe that's where they took inspiration for the shape. The earlier cars that were like this.
Maybe so. When was it cars went soft and started putting in windscreens? Can you imagine going 150 odd?
When people got sick of pulling gnats and flies out of their teeth, I imagine.
Yeah, but can you imagine going 150 odd miles an hour without a windscreen? No. It's not even like you've got. I suppose you would have your little goggles on, maybe.
Yeah, but you're really going to have a bad hair day, aren't you? And things can still fly in your mouth and up your nose.
This is true.
I don't like that.
What we need more of in the early F1 cars. Just racing cars in general, especially when they're British racing green.
Have an important message from Fearless Bear.
Oh, by all means.
Greta wouldn't like that car.
Greta would be very, very angry.
You know why, though, don't you? Because Greta's too busy doing that. Seriously. she just needs to stop.
There is something funny. I saw on the BBC just before we went live. I don't know why this is newsworthy. Apparently, the girl has changed her Twitter handle or her Twitter description. It now reads.
Who cares?
It now reads Bunny Hugger, because apparently Boris said something about hugging bunnies, and she changed it, and now this is mainstream media news.
Oh my God! Is Boris her first crush?
Oh no! I don't like that imagery at all.
What? She's like 35, isn't she now, Greta? Has she been 12 for like a decade? So that smoking ages you.
Look at
I love that.
yeah. I don't care that it's a 10. It looks amazing.
That's amazing. Oh, here's a nice comment from Tom. Well, first of all, Will says Greta should try some chew. It could help her to quit. Tom says AA did a stream on Steam Trades recently. Apparently, there was a steam car that could reach over 100 miles per hour. Don't suppose you can recall the name of it? Can you, Tom? We can have a look. Hasdak, there you go. Reading from Jordan's hymn book here. Health and safety spoiled everything. We agree. We agree.
I fully agree.
Oh,
The thing about Formula One, right? I was going to move on to Michael Pagan's one about the SS Great Britain. The thing about Formula One is, I think all the teams are based in this country, and they're all based in Oxford. If I remember rightly, like over the years, like 13 of them have been based within 5 miles of each other. Formula One is basically a British sport which we have exported to the world and go on tour with.
Yeah, but we did that with cricket and football, and now we get our asses handed to us by other people.
Yes. Talking of cricket, no, we're not moving on to cricket. That'll upset you.
We need to learn. When we make something fantastic, we need to stop sharing it. So that's my rule now. We make it for us. We keep it for us. We don't share it. Other people cannot be better at the things we create than we are. It's utter rubbish. Will has mentioned this. Will did mention this before. Did we already look at sailing ships and cannon? No, we didn't, Will. Hopefully we can have a look if we don't run out of time, although we've got 5 minutes left.
Yes, because Nick is doing something. But one minute. We need to look at the Cutty Sark. What the heck?
What was the Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman as well? We didn't look at. Interesting. I've seen the Cutty Sark.
Oh, I've been on it many, many, many times. It's an awesome thing. Anybody
That's at Greenwich
who's in London
too. Yeah.
Definitely make their way. Oh,
yeah, and
we need to be looking at that as well.
And you can find the Maritime Museum easily. It's next to that big, whatever the hell that thing is that they call the Millennial Dome. So yeah, just get off the train at the big half COVID thing, and
just get on the DLR. Get on the DLR. Get off at Greenwich, and then you can go look at the ship, and then you can go look at the Naval Hospital.
Yeah, Docklands Light Railway for anyone who's thinking of visiting England anytime soon. In case you weren't sure what we were talking about, it's actually a pretty efficient train system, I will say.
Oh, it bloody isn't. Christ, you haven't been on it in a long while, have you?
Okay, it was a pretty efficient train system.
It's so slow, Joe. I swear I can walk between certain stations quicker than it does. It's a tube, isn't it?
Okay, so scratch that last thing I said. If you want a slow, leisurely train ride to the Greenwich Maritime Museum, get on the Docklands Light Railway. Maybe it's called light because it's lightweight, if you get my point. Can we have a quick look at the Mallard, please? We've got 5 minutes. Let's say the Flying Dutchman earlier.
Earlier on a little bit.
Did I say the Flying Dutchman earlier?
Yes, you did.
I meant the Flying Scotsman, by the way.
Kind of wonder. I thought maybe.
You're thinking there was something. Yeah, come on. No, it's me. What are you talking about?
No, I was genuinely impressed. I was like, okay, this is something I haven't. Whatever this is, no, stop, please.
Do you know what I'm going to say as well? How very kind the chat are, because no one's corrected it. Although I'm still looking through. No one's corrected me. Yeah, the Flying Scotsman is what I meant. Apologies.
There's so many things we've done. So many things we've done. We need to start doing more of this stuff once again.
We need to start being a bit tight with sharing because we keep sharing these amazing innovations with other countries and they bypass us. But that, of course, is to do with our dodgy, tyrannical, evil government who invest in, it seems like, everyone but us.
There is one thing, and I can't believe we've forgotten this, Joe.
What's that? Oh, here we go. The Concorde.
Ignore when it's fire, but you know.
Yeah, just pretend you can't see that one.
That one doesn't exist. That's okay. Well, technically it doesn't exist, but you know. Freezing. It's good. All is fine.
And that was replaced by the Boeing, wasn't it? It was replaced by the...
No, it hasn't been replaced at all. Nothing is replaced.
What am I thinking of? The Jumbo Jet? Something was replaced by the 747.
Yes, the Jumbo Jet has been replaced by the 787 as well as the Airbus.
787, is that also a Boeing?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Yes, it's time to wrap up, chat. We could have done this for another few hours, but Nick is having English disco night.
We might get back to this tomorrow, honestly.
We might revisit
rather than have St. George's Day, let's have a St. George's weekend.
Weekend, yes. Why not?
We'll do this again tomorrow.
So, yes. So, if anyone hasn't already subscribed to Nick's D Live, I'm sure one of you lovely people will drop the link into the chat for us. And Jordan will share it on the other platforms. So, this is Nick Unwashed. He's put together an absolutely banging list of songs. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy them. Yeah, no, I was trying to be cool and hip. Didn't work, did it? English disco night, everyone. So if you enjoy disco, please go over and show some support. And the music's fantastic. It's always fantastic. We want monkey ads, says English Will. Well, I tell you what, we'll do a mix. Because I don't think, by the way, I don't want to do a whole night of PG tips. I won't lie, because there's too many other great ads that we're going to miss out on.
Yeah, but the monk. I'm sorry, the monkey, the Arab monkey is amazing.
Yeah, I would rather just watch that one again. So yes, so tomorrow is going to be part 2. There may be part 7, who knows? Part 2 of the revisiting the old adverts. So I hope you'll join us for that. 7:30 as always. Thank you, everyone. Get over to Nick's channel if you want to hear some great music. It is English Disco Night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the great suggestions. Be safe. Enjoy the start of your weekend. Good night, everyone.
Indeed. See you then.